Hi guys, this is Todd with Survival Sherpa. I teach 8th grade math, and some of my students are really interested in this kind of stuff: bushcraft, self-reliance, woodcraft. And I had a request from one of my students, one of my 8th grade math students. He was curious about flint and steel. He called it steel and rock. And he asked me, Trevon, he asked me about how do you make fire with that? Well, I couldn't do that in the classroom. So Trevon, this is for you. Since you wanted to see that, I wanted to show you basically and give you a little idea of what flint and steel does and how it works, and hopefully it'll help. We'll maybe do some of this at school outside sometime. As soon as you scrape off a small enough piece of metal off of this, it becomes a spark once it hits oxygen. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you can use this. What I always keep in my kit is, turn this down a little bit so you can see it, is just a small little, it's a screw-on lid pellet box, and inside of that is some charred rope. Actually, it's charred material off of a mop head. I keep that in my fire kit. Some of it's partially charred, some of it's completely charred. I've got some charred wood down in here. There's a chunk right there that we can transfer. Once we get a spark glowing inside of this, we can take our tinder bundle, once we shred it up, and stick it there and blow it into a flame. Another option is to take what I made the other day, or the other week. It's a South African tinderbox is what it's called, and the South African name is tinder, I believe. And so basically what it is it's got cotton material stuffed down this tube, and this portion here has been charred already. And what we'll do with that is it will take a spark off of this flint and steel. Okay, so let me get this processed up here, and we'll build a fire using steel and rocks. All right, Trevon, to prepare this, to take a piece of either from the tinder box, we can ignite that with the flint and steel, and then put it inside of our bundle and blow that into flame. Or we can do the same thing with this charred material inside the tin. Okay, so to process it, all we're going to do is we're going to take it and just shred it down into really fine fibers. Okay, we're just tearing that apart and shredding it down. We're just going to make it as fine as we can, just in between your hands, just like that. I've got some more here. I've got just a piece or two of tulip poplar bark, or tulip magnolia bark. And so what I'm doing here is just, again, shredding this bark up to where we can get fine fibers that will catch, or we can blow into flame with once we ignite that charred material. Okay, so as you can see, I'm getting there, but we want to get it finer than that. We want to get it really fine. Okay, you can see the hair-like consistency of that. That's what we're working for. Okay, I think we're good there. So I've got all this other dust. That is really fine dust. So I'm going to try and scrape all that together. It's like, as you can see, that is just like dust out of a vacuum cleaner. Okay, we're just going to set that right inside of this bundle, and I think we're ready to go. Now, what I want to do now is I want to show you two different methods of doing this. Okay, with this tinderbox, the tinder, we're going to hold our flint or our rock, whatever kind of rock we've got, and we're going to strike down between our fingers and create sparks that hopefully will fly onto here and ignite our charred material on the inside of this tinder bundle. Now, from here you can see, hopefully, there is white. That's just mop head that I stuffed down in there, and I can push it out any way I want. Okay, so now we've got enough sticking out. I'm going to push it back down and get that compacted in there. And now we're going to light, see if we can't get some sparks on this and get ignition. There it is. Hoping you can see that. Let me bring you down right here so you can see this a little better. As I blow, it's only going to make that coal grow until it basically covers the whole end almost. Let me push it out a little bit. Now what we can do now, Trevon, is we'll stick this in our tinder bundle and we will blow. Until we get flame. Alright, now we've got flame, so we're going to take that, put it down here in our fire pit. Let me back you up. And we're going to put this on top of that and let that eat. All right, so that is flint and steel. Or rock and steel, as you thought it was called. And to extinguish this, we just put the caps back on, smothers it, saves the charred material for the next fire. Okay, so now we've got a good campfire going, and I'm going to move my equipment out of the way so I don't burn that up. All right, now, Trevon, the other method would be to if you have char cloth, you can put it on your flint and you would strike down with the char cloth on top of that. I don't think I've got any in there. Yep, I sure do. Take a little piece of char cloth like this and you can wrap it on right here, and we're going to try and catch. This is not my favorite method to do it, but it works. Now you're going to hold this here and hopefully catch a spark by striking down on it like this in this motion. And you're not striking this rock hard, you're just doing it enough to see the spark glowing right there. Now that's the char cloth burning. You take that, put it in your tinder bundle, just like we did with the tube, and blow that into flame. Okay, so there it is. Now another way to do this is if you've got a char tin or some char material like this, you're just going to strike down into that. When we did that before with the char cloth on our piece of rock, we're striking with the flint or the steel in our dominant hand, and we're creating sparks. To do this, we're going to reverse, and we're going to hold the steel in one hand, and we're going to strike down right here, remembering scraping metal shavings off that will ignite into our char tin. Now, right inside the tin, we've got fire. Now we can take our tinder material, put it on top of this, and blow that into flame. That's already burning. I've got some uncharred material in there, that's why that's burning. When I'm done, once I get my tinder bundle lit, then I just extinguish that, and I've got char for the next fire. All right, so, Trevon, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll talk after Thanksgiving break. And the rest of you guys watching, thanks for watching, and you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family and friends as well, I hope. And we'll talk to you soon. You guys keep doing stuff for Self-Reliance.